Good morning. I have a lot planned, so might as well get to it. First, I'm gonna take a shower, a camp shower, cook some breakfast, and then have a wander, see what's around here. If you plan to go to the Sierra Mountains or something, definitely go during a weekday because there's literally no one here. It's just me, which is fantastic. That's right. Making a cup. Great. Now that I've showered and brushed my teeth, I think it's important to change my clothes since I've been wearing these for 2 days straight. So just give me a minute. Now that's done, let's get something to eat and then have a little wander with my nature cam here. I think I'm gonna go with corn pops because I have not had that in a long time. Another thing, if you're gonna go camping, always bring a Leatherman because it just comes in so handy. Fishing, hiking, opening a box of cereal meant for children, anything. All right. Also got a Cliff Bar, very good. And another tip, you don't necessarily need oat milk or soy milk. I do because I'm lactose intolerant. But you don't really need to refrigerate these things, so they're perfect for camping. All right. A little of that. I was gonna make coffee or tea in the morning, but it's kind of hot, so I don't really want a hot drink. Put that to the side. This is dirty. Now it's clean. So, a little bit about my nature cam here. This is a Panasonic DV30. And it came out maybe around like 2005, 2006, 2007. It's an old DV camera. When I first started shooting videos and stuff, I had a lot of old DV cameras, but the one I used the most was, I think, it was a Sony VX2000, which I eventually got. But this is the one that I always wanted, simply because this is the camera that was used in Ghost Adventures. The three dudes travel around different places, haunted places.
My name is Zach Bagans.
And they had like the night vision cam. This thing can do that, which I have not actually used night vision yet. So I'm gonna try to do that tonight because there's some creepy areas around here, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I love the old feel of DV footage. I know it's kind of a thing now, but I'm OG, man. I'm OG. Also, the thing about DV cameras is you need a DV tape, right? Well, not anymore. So they came out with these, power play things, which are meant for drones and like RC cars and whatnot. But you can actually get them and use them on old DV cameras, which is freaking cool. I have not actually used this until today. So all you need is like an AV in and AV out cable, which I'm currently using for my DJI lav mic, which is a DJI mini mic. Also amazing. But you plug it in, boom, boom, and what it does is it streams the feed to the power play here, and you no longer need DV tapes. So it runs on a mini SD card, and I can just plug them right into the computer, upload the footage, and you'll see how it looks. So after I eat, I'm going to go on a little bit of a wander around and see what type of footage that I can capture and show you guys. So stay tuned, a lot planned for today. So today we are at Rock Creek Lake in California, and that's not too far away from Tom's place where I'm camping right now. I used to come here when I was a kid pretty much every summer. Come out here with my family, and we'd go fishing to this exact same spot. In fact, I remember these rocks. And to put it into perspective, like the location of the area, so Yosemite is about a half an hour away. So we're really close to the Nevada border, Sierra Mountains right here, and is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. But why am I out here particularly? So myself and my team have been working on a new social platform for the past like 2 or 3 years, it seems like. In the very beginning, it was mostly like a hobby project. I just wanted to see if I can, build something with some certain features. And then it really picked up traction about 1.5 years ago. We got a little bit of funding, and then that turned into more funding. through some great people, more creators started to come aboard and basically, explain the issues that they're having with, other platforms these days. For an example, you have YouTube, you have Twitch, you have Patreon, you have Discord, you have all these social platforms, and, as a creator, publishing content to each of these platforms, they all have their pros and cons. In order to, make it as a full-time creator and to thrive, you basically have to use all of them. And, that can be a pain in the butt. So our prime goal here is to create something where they don't need to have 5, 6, 7 different social accounts, which, spreads their communities thin, and, they have to run all these different socials to get what they need. So as a creator myself, I've been mostly in video productions. I started out in high school really getting into things.
Richie's cooking his sock. Just fairly gross.
My first project, this was probably like 2004, 2003. I created a lightsaber duel where I had to rotoscope each of the saber blades, and that was a lot of fun. From that point, I really wanted to get into acting and filmmaking, just making films, making videos that people can learn from, or if they're having a hard time in their life, watch and pause for a second, like look around me, it's absolutely beautiful. From there, I went to community college and I studied filmmaking, and I made some really weird films.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now?
My senior video that I basically did for my film class was called Ninja in a Box, and it really scared some people. The whole premise was this guy's having trouble and he orders a ninja in a box, and then it gets delivered to him and like the ninja malfunctions, and it causes trouble. And the ending scene, I'm in my whitey tidies, right? And it just doesn't make sense. I like to throw that type of thing in there, but I had to show this in front of my whole class, and just the faces that I was seeing, more than half the class, they're like, what the heck is going on? Then I had one kid in the back clapping, and he came up to me afterwards and he's like, don't stop making this stuff. So, from there I just started to make, YouTube content, and then I just didn't have time anymore because of, my job, and it was really disheartening, because I would say I'm a very creative person. I want that fish. It just jumped. I don't know if you saw it. And it was hard to get in that mindset and to create when I had to create for other people. Another fish jumped. I'm gonna reel this in and cast it over there. So that was kind of a bummer. And then I kind of got into startups. So it's 2:30 p.m., 3/12/2018. That's my mom. Hello, Mom.
Hello.
I just came up with the Bon Voyage thing. What it looks like, Photoshop. And awesome. We are creating new ways for kids to learn, to study, and to prepare for the exam. I really think it's part of my duty to help kids have fun with learning.
These bellies for production, so it's organized. The slab comes through, it gets a picture of every piece of bacon. Cowboy.
And something very important to me is community. Some of my friends, my best friends today, I've met online.
I can't believe it! He won! He won! He won it! He won it! He won it! He won it! Look at him! Look at me,
People that I work with, I've met online, and my fiance, I met online. So I really wanted to build something that was super powerful that, you know, people could connect with. On one hand, creators could create and know that they could just stick to one platform if they really needed to, but also that there was a strong community where people could meet each other, not just over the internet, like computer screen to computer screen, but in person. Because once you connect an online community to offline, it's super powerful. And it's a lot of fun.
The power of the internet to mobilize a whole bunch of weirdos to go out to a secret government facility with the non-zero possibility that they would get shot and or arrested.
Today, we have like 16, 17 individuals working on this from companies that I probably can't say at this point, but you've definitely heard of these companies, and these are very talented people, and I'm super thankful to have them aboard. And now we have our MVP, which is, if you're not aware of what that is, it's a minimum viable product. So we have our MVP, and now we're going for our first raise, which is a pre-seed, and that is catching on too. You know, it's just amazing, like how fast these things go. So I'm probably, you know, my sleep schedule, that's a whole different story. Part of the team is pretty much on the other side of the world. And, you know, Lee, for example, I have calls with very late at night, usually until 3:30 or 4 a.m. And then I'm up around, you know, 10 or 11 having meetings in the morning, and I, you know, take naps during the day. I love naps. So it's been a constant grind. And now finally can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it is a very bright light, and it is amazing. So I just had to step away for a few days. I rarely take vacations, and, you know, come out here and clear my head, because it's not that I just have time into this thing. Like the first prototype, I basically put in my life savings, everything, and I really want to see it through. And it's so exciting to, you know, talk about it with other people and to share my story and to, you know, get other people excited. So that's partly why I'm making this video, is kind of like an introduction of myself. I'll be making more films as, you know, things continue. So if you're interested in this type of thing, you know, startups and the real life behind it, and, you know, how our journey is going, I would highly recommend that you know, like and subscribe, because it could be very interesting. Something ate my bait. That is interesting. Okay, it's dinner time, and it's kind of raining on me right now, but that happens out in the wilderness, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Let's do it, guys. I'm gonna add 1 cup of rice, microplastics, delicious. 1 cup of rice. All right, that's good enough. Into the pot. How does this work? Now I need water. 1 cup of water. Or is it 1.5 cups of water? I think it's 1.5 cups of water. It's raining. This is gonna take a long time. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, it's really starting to rain. I don't even have my rain fly above my tent. Locking this thing. All right. I'm gonna put it in my car. I don't know how long this takes, it doesn't tell me. When I cook rice at home, it takes like 20 minutes, but this thing's tiny. There's a tiny capacitor. All right, let's try. Okay. Let's do this. Propane. All right, that's heating up. Butter. All right. Big guns are coming out. Yes, it is raining again. All right, butter. Got my fish. It's all cleaned up. All right. You know, I forgot the lemon juice. Season this fish. Adding it in. Give it 3 minutes on that side. You know, it'd be nice if it wasn't raining right now. But that's okay. Turn this down. So how's everyone doing? Back at home. I hope you are productive and you are accomplishing what you need to. A little bit each day keeps the devil away. You don't need to finish everything in one go. Just do it incrementally. Baby steps. Where's my yoo-hoo? Need this. Check my rice. Okay, let's check this rice out. Because it should be done. Hey, you know what? That actually looks like it's done. How's that? Now that looks like a delicious trout, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I gotta get the rice. All right, moment of truth. Yeah, you know what? That cooked it. A little bit burned. It's okay. This is perfect. All right. There it is. There's dinner tonight. I'm very happy with the results of that. Trout's cooked perfectly. The rice is cooked pretty dang good. And I'm nice and dry in my car, so I'm gonna hang out here and eat. Hopefully the rain stops so I can have a campfire. See you later. Well, it's been a great few days. No complaints really. I mean, it did rain a little bit, but I mean, that adds to the adventure, right? It was really nice being able to reset, you know, come out here in nature, camp a little bit, have some alone time, think things over. And I'm really glad I did it. So tomorrow I head back to Ojai, have a couple stops along the way, and hope to do this again sometime.
My name is Zach Bagans. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. So I set out on a quest to capture what I once saw onto video.